What's that old adage that I hear about professional sports? If you're not cheating, you're not trying hard enough. And it all revolves around using steroids versus not using steroids and trying to gain an advantage and whatnot. Well, A-Rod has moved up to the pantheon of that level when it comes to cheating, dishonesty, and the gains that go along with it. Because this man signed a $252 million contract that went for 10 years, all right, over $25 million a year. And then I think with like 3 years left on that contract, he was able to parlay that into an even bigger contract that he's now still have around maybe 8 years left on it. So, yes, my friend, A-Rod, you are the biggest reward winner for cheating in professional sports. So A-Rod, Mr. Alex Rodriguez, has admitted to using performance-enhancing drugs and steroids after previously admitting to the world on Katie Couric that he never done such things. Am I shocked? No, not really. I mean, we are talking about baseball, okay? So, and from the contracts that this man has signed to the endorsements to making him the face of the league and, try to live up to those, gaudy video game numbers and stats he's been putting up over the years and he will probably continue to put up. It doesn't shock me that he done this. It doesn't shock me at all. What shocks me more is that so many people were so ready to believe that he never ever used steroids, but yet just, kill Barry Bonds and these other cats. What does Manny Ramirez, T.O., and Barry Bonds have in common? They have balls. They have great, big, strong, humongous balls. They're good enough and the best at what they do, and so significant at what they do that they can basically give the white media and the corporate and the whole whitey America, the big F you. Like, man, fuck you. You can't tell me that, man, fuck you. I mean, the best. Barry doing, 7 MVPs and breaking records and, got all of that, and Manny winning World Series and, bringing championships to places that never had any, and then go elsewhere and, just shine. And T.O., he's passing everybody, and, he's just, only second behind Jerry Rice, and may actually be a better player. So, yeah, they have balls, all of them, big time. It seems that Josh McDaniels, used to be offensive coordinator with the New England Patriots last year, who's now the head coach for the Denver Broncos, is having a bit of a problem with his franchise quarterback, because apparently Jay Cutler don't want to have a damn thing to do with him or the GM or even the owner, Pat Bowen. I heard Pat Bowen called him twice, and he didn't return his call. I guess that was a big fuck you, you old coward you, for not having my back when this clown came in and tried to replace me with Matt Castle, and I'm a franchise quarterback. I got a $60 million contract, dog. What's going on? So we'll see how it plays out, but he's a big ball candidate. He's playing big boy ball, and he seems to know what he's doing. So for you, Jay Cutler, Mr. Big Balls. Sports thoughts, and we get down, elite only. So NFL players, top running backs, and this don't have a damn thing to do with championships, so I don't want to hear all of that. This is just about game and how you bring it. Let's just go from the beginning to the end. Jim Brown, best ever. I don't care what you say about all the other stuff. I think he has the most rushing titles, which is like maybe 7 or 8. He only played 9 years. I think he won the MVP. And I think he won a rushing title even when he left. He has the most yards per game ever and per yards per rush ever. So, enough of that. Walter Payton, longevity stats, he got it all. O.J., innovative, big running backs came after that. Eric Dickerson came in big time in 2,000-yard seasons, really just set the standard for really the great running backs I spoke about to the lineage of O.J. And then who a lot of people just say is the best, Barry Sanders, like Dominique, the Human Highlight film, just amazing. Sports Thoughts, top MLB players. Again, versatility and completeness is the key. One-dimensionals, please don't apply. Number 5, Ken Griffey Jr., All-Century team member as well as a player of his decade and all the other accolades that go when you're, popping and happening like you are. So we give it to him. 4, Babe Ruth. Yeah, he was the face of baseball. He brought the, the homer in, blah, blah, blah. Let me not bore you any longer. Ted Williams, number 3, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, really complete player, hitter, power, savviness, game. I mean, you build a perfect player, it don't lead to, other cats. It leads to people like, Ted Williams. Number 2, Willie Mays. We know why. It's very obvious. And, of course, number 1, the best player ever. Yes, Barry Bonds, baby. Sports Thoughts. Okay, best NBA players. Again, versatility and completeness is essential. Bill Russell, honorary member, championships, but the era just can't compare. But anyway, just honorary member. Number 5, Tim Duncan, bad man. If it wasn't for Shaq, he may have 9 or 10. Okay, number 4, Shaq. Transforming teams, don't belong, doing their thing. He was with Kobe, 10, 12, who knows? But again, bad man. Hakeem the Dream, oh yes, Hakeem the Dream. And big time versatility as well. Leadership, he brought it all, big time. And Magic, obvious, championships, ones he could have won. He had Kareem and everybody else, but just like Phil, coaching great, players. You got great players, you got to play with them. And then, of course, the man has no peer. Jordan, defense, offense, leadership, winning, superstar, big time, MJ. Sports Thoughts, MLB pitchers of all time, yes, elite only. Number 5, Cy Young, 511 wins, award named after him, but he also had the most losses. 4 of 3, flip them however you want to do it, Chrissy Matheson and Stormin Johnson, or Walter Stormin Johnson, brings the heat. Very powerful, and Matheson with the control and whatnot. 3, I guess, shared, Detroit Kings, Pedro Martinez, Randy Johnson, Roger Clemens, modern day from the lineage of the old to the new, and they would knock the fuck out of you with a baseball and think nothing of it. Number 2, Sandy Koufax, MVP. He was dominant, short period of time, but the key was he was very dominant, and the most dominant, the most feared, did not give a fuck about you or nobody else. Bob Gibson, numero uno. Sports Thoughts, greatest NFL receivers, yes, elite status only. Number 5, Andre Reed never gets the credit he deserves. 4 Super Bowls, made that running game what it was. Again, number 5. Number 4, Michael Irvin, and this is not about stats and where you finish, just skill itself. Complete wide receiver, actually lost speed after injury and still did not keep him from doing what he did, the 3 Super Bowls, and just being the standard for big physical receivers. Chris Carter, he retired as the number 2 in touchdowns, and anybody who surpasses that will be considered a great receiver and would distance himself from other cats who are receivers. Okay, the number 2, shared by T.O. Randy Moss, quintessential, best at what they do. Nothing can be disputed about that. Don't matter where they finish rankings, they will be probably the best receiver ever or close to it. And of course, yes, Jerry Rice.